What's up, guys? So today talking about snap-on, talking about tools today. Okay, so this drill has been giving me problems, and this is the problem. You hit the trigger and it sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, and it usually always relates to the battery. So you see that? It'll start working, but if there we go, then it'll stop, and you know, in most cases you'll think, oh, it's the trigger, but it's not. In this case, it's not the trigger, and pretty clear indication is you tap the battery and it'll work. See? So took it apart, and you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Wow, I should have counted them. They're right up there. But anyway, I already took them out. It's a Torx 10. So take the battery off first. And once you take the battery off and you've taken all the screws out, then start carefully lifting up on this side of the drill, the side that says snap-on. Lift up on that side and keep the trigger pushed down to the bottom piece, the one that has the chuck on it. So push it down, okay, and separate this like that. I'm doing this with one hand, so bear with me. Okay. Okay. Yeesh. Nasty. Anyway, so in my case, the problem was right down here. Remember we said we were dealing with whenever we would tap on the battery, it would work, and then it would not work, etc., etc. Well, if we take this piece off and we inspect it, right there, you will see that the soldering points that are holding the pins are broken. So let me see if I can get it on camera where I can wiggle the pins. Watch. See, that right there is causing a temporary loss in connection. Hence losing connection, losing power to the drill. And this one over here is also broken, but it doesn't have any play. So I'm assuming that the main one causing the problem is this bottom one down here. But irregardless, I'm still going to solder both of them back on. I'm simply going to melt the solder back there, the existing solder, and then you know, so if you don't have any soldering wire or anything like that, you can simply melt that same one and, you know, get it back to working. They sell soldering pens at Walmart for like $5, so you can pick one up. Okay, so these are the soldering pens that I'm talking about that you can get yourself at Walmart for like $5. But since of course I do this for a living and stuff, I like these. Of course these are pricier, they're more expensive, they're a little more instant though. You pull the trigger and the tip gets hot, and you know, does the same thing that one does, except this one you have to leave it connected and it's hot the whole time, so, and it takes longer to heat up. But yeah, pretty much all you got to do is, I'm going to use these more visible ones as an example. You just connect it. You're just going to connect it, get it good and hot, and then you're just going to touch the silver area. You're just going to touch the silver area, and it's going to start melting away. And of course, just touch it enough to where the cracks fill in, and you'll have your bond again. And once you put it back together, it should work. Now I am not going to do this with one hand, so let me fix that and I'll show you my result. Alright, so here are my two repairs. And my crack. Okay, they're now making contact. They're no longer loose. So now let's put it back together. I'm gonna give this a quick blow off and get all this all these metal filings off of here. Might as well now that I got it taken apart. Okay, when you're putting it back together, make sure you keep an eye out for those cables right there, the wires, the white ones, because they like to get hung up in those little corners. So use yourself like a little flathead screwdriver and kind of, you know, push them in and direct them to wherever they need to be, and it should sit, you know, fairly easy. If you have to push and stuff like that a little too much, there's something wrong. So keep checking. You know, there's a way that this goes on as well. So I'm going to give you a view of this if I can get it to focus. There you go. So make sure all that is sitting that way. Oh, and before I get called out on it, yes, I did have to use a little bit more soldering wire. So I just put all the screws back in, and let's give this a try now. See if it fixed the problem. It looks like it's fixed. Yep. So if that's happening to yours, that's more than likely what it's going to be if it's got the same symptoms. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope it helps.